So I've been putting some more chop and drop green manure, whatever you want to call it here, on the raised wood chip bed. I got some potting soil there that's aged well. It has a few little ants in it. That's okay. Maybe that'll help break down the materials a little faster. So I made a video, I think possibly the last video I made was about, like this natural place where this kind of thing has already occurred that we've been kind of helping along for 30, 40 years. So I kind of went there the other day and kind of dug in it a little bit, and it is most of the areas are hard to dig. So it's going to have to be kind of reworked and probably have to create some like borders so that stuff doesn't just like slide out and just, when a rain occurs and just go, wherever dirt and everything goes. But I do have this area right here. This isn't just weeds. This is where a big giant tree fell. I don't remember if it was a maple or what. The root system was so big that it pulled the dirt up to like, about 10 or 12 inches below this. I bet I could plant a darn eucalyptus tree here and it survive. Let's see. So this kind of is a natural mound because, we didn't like cut the tree down. It just naturally fell like it would in a forest. I bet I put my finger over the lens there and you couldn't see what I was doing. But yeah, this was like a big root, so as the tree fell this way or that way, I don't remember which way it fell, it brought a lot of the dirt up, and the root system held it together until we had, weeds and stuff in here to hold it up. Look at there. I mean, that's like 3 foot off the ground or more. We can do, weed eat this thing. Add, maybe wood chips mulch around it. And this would be a really nice area to plant something that doesn't like wet feet. Peaches, another avocado. I don't know. We are so close to that persimmon, that elderberry there, this persimmon, and this bed. So I don't know if we want something that's going to get 50 or 60 feet here. But, peaches are kind of short-lived. Plums, whatever. It's hard to tell. I might put an avocado here and prune it. I might put something else here. I'm definitely not going to put a eucalyptus. Maybe, even a ginkgo tree might survive being that far up. I've tried to plant both eucalyptus and ginkgo. The wet feet just kill it, as fast as a peach. So, I don't know. I think ginkgo trees get pretty big, and I think they require male and female plants, if I'm not mistaken. There may or may not be self-pollinating ones. I forget, because I haven't really, I've never eaten a ginkgo nut or a ginkgo fruit or anything like that. And I've never grown them. I just had the one tree and didn't survive. I had, the eucalyptus may have survived a year or two until we got a really bad flood. And I knew some, people in the same city that had a eucalyptus tree that lasted a few years and had a hurricane or something and flood and it was dead. I think somebody had a canary palm too. Same thing happened. It might have been a 20, 25-year-old canary palm. It survived all that time because they were higher ground than us. But, Irma, or one of the hurricanes, came by. It was like a 17-hour storm that just flooded and flooded and flooded us for like 17 hours. Had, electricity off for 2 weeks. And it was hot too. So, yeah. Something would survive here, I'm guessing. So it might be a good place to experiment with something that doesn't like wet. So yeah, that area is going to be good for something, I'm sure. This area, I have a lot of hopes for. It's pretty much in full sun. It may not get the earliest morning sunlight because there are some trees there. Oh, I'm getting reflections because of the sun. I'm seeing my own reflection, but it's not. Thought maybe I had the camera, you know, facing me versus, yeah, there's a little button you push and it'll like reverse the camera. There's a camera on both sides of the phone. If you don't have an iPhone or whatever and don't know what I'm talking about, press the button. It's for like doing video calls and FaceTime calls and stuff, I guess. I don't really do that, but anyway, this is going to be a good place for full sun. That'll be a good place for full sun for a shrub or small tree or something we keep pruned down. We'll see though. It's going to be pretty tight with the elderberry, the persimmon, and something else, and then something else here. But you know, if you look at food forests, you know, and I've only been to a few, most of the fruit trees are in the shade. You'll see like banana circles and stuff where people try to keep them away from everything else to get the full sun. And the reason for that is, from what I've read and been told, is that the early, you know, you want the heat, the early heat from the full sun to hit your bananas, if that makes sense. So you want the sunlight makes them, you know, come out of winter early. It makes them bloom earlier. It makes them grow, you know, more flush growth earlier. And if it blooms earlier, it has a chance, the bananas have a chance to actually ripen before the first frost, which stops the ripening process. So, you know, I've always did mine in the shade. I've only once out of like 20, 30 years, have had ripe bananas off the tree. Had green ones plenty of times, you know, that you kind of use as a baked potato or something, as a starchy potato, but they're no good for just eating. It would be nice to have ripened bananas, and hell, this might be a good place to put bananas right here. But we go through so many bananas. There is no way we could grow as much bananas as we go through. We probably go through 7 to 10 pounds of bananas every week. You know, just, you know, the kids grab them and grab them and grab them. They'll eat, you know, between like 1 and 3 for each person per day. Sometimes 0, sometimes 3, you know. So a family of 5 eating, you know, we still run out of, you know, we buy sometimes 5 to 7 pounds at a time, and before the week's over, even if we don't eat them all, they start going bad. Yeah, you can freeze them or whatever, but we would rather just eat them, and the banana peels go to compost or whatever. Anyway, I was just going to do a quick video. I guess I got off on, you know, started rambling about bananas and stuff like that, but yeah, this is a big mound. It's probably 6-8 foot wide or more. I can't get anywhere near it with a lawnmower, so, you know, I had to pull it away with machetes and weed eater maybe. So this can be another project for this kind of same like wood chip type bed, because your roots and stuff are slowly rotting away, and it's, you know, has stuff falling on it all the time, trees and all. And we're going to add some mulch to it. I don't know when we're going to work on that, so no timeline, but it's just a good idea, I think, to try to utilize every high ground space on the property, you know, because we're in a wetlands.